Narcotics traffic, Piper Cub 98349 will be departing on 22.
All right, everything looks good. Let's do this. We go to full throttle, have to climb this little hill, and then it starts to go. And the tail comes up, tail is up, and we're through about 40, and I'm just letting the stick back nice and easy. And there we are, flying, and we'll fly out. Now you can see why I have this power line taken down here.
Yeah, I bet. That's a good precautionary move, I feel.
Yeah, that's important. Power lines that line up with the runway must be buried.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is very cool.
Well, now we're over 1,000 feet high. So now what you get to do is put your feet on the pedals.
Okay. Are you sure?
Oh, yes. See, this is, now the lower pedals are brakes. The upper pedals are is the rudder.
Okay.
And now put your hand on the stick.
All right.
And if we move the stick to the right, the ailerons lower the right wing. If we move the stick to the left, the ailerons lower the left wing.
What are they called?
Ailerons. You see the cable? Look at the cable out there. See it moving?
Uh-huh. And it's the same one that's, is that what this is?
So the ailerons go up here. Look over your head.
Oh, okay.
Now that's cabled up to the top there to control all of that. Actually, that's the cross control. Because what goes up must come down. There's a lower cable that is hooked to the bottom of the ailerons, and the upper cable that balances them is this one. Because that holds it in place. So they just don't flap. Now, if we're going to turn right, let's push the stick to the right and push a little bit of pedal and then stick back to center, and now the airplane just continues turning. See, we're just in a right-hand turn. It will be there until we go back to the left, level the wings, and stop the turn. Same way the left. Push the stick to the left a little bit, little left pedal, now stick to center, and it just turns. And the best way to control a turn is look how the horizon moves through your panel. If you keep it there, if we pull back on the stick, look at the horizon go away. So we're climbing. If we pushed forward on the stick too much, the horizon would get big and we're going down. So that's the best way in a turn to kind of keep things in one spot is to just pick a spot on that horizon on the cow and just pass it through like it was riding on a track. And that's a real good visual for flying. Okay, you've got the airplane. So.
Oh my.
Oh, it's easy.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just experiment a little bit. You can pull back a little bit, and what you're going to discover is we'll go up, but one of the first things that will happen is we'll slow down. Because it takes so much more energy to climb that it will slow down. Vice versa, if we put the nose down and start going down, it's going to accelerate just like going down a hill. But it's a Cub. It's not going to pick up much. This airplane cruises around at 70 miles an hour all day long. This has a very complex fuel gauge. You see that stick sticking up out of the fuel cap? There's a cork on the other end of it. When it goes to the bottom, we're out of gas. Okay. So that's kind of it.
That's all there is to it.
That's all there is to it. I mean, if that thing's not floating on top of the gas, we got a problem. Well, you're doing fine.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can try a little steeper bank turn if you'd like.
Okay, I'll
Want me to demonstrate one to you? Let me demonstrate one to you. Let's bank it over here. And on this one, we have to pull back on the stick. And it really turns.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
Wow.
We're about on our edge now, and I'm pulling back on the stick, watching my speed around 60. And just keeping it, and then we'll roll back out on our point. That probably made you a little stomach. Oh, we just flew through our prop wash. That was us flying back through where we had just flown. That bump you felt? Because you go with me on this. What we're going to do, you want to try a turn?
Sure,
Yeah, there you go. Bank the airplane. And you pull it back, and there you go. And the same thing with the horizon. You take bank out if it starts to go underneath and pull back. You see, as long as you keep that horizon up in that fuel gauge area, and then when you're done with the turn, you just left bank and roll out of the turn. Very good. You haven't lost a foot. Very good. Very cool.
Yes, very cool.
That was cool.
If anyone would have asked me a month ago, I'd be flying a plane, I'd be like, no way.
That was
This
very
is
good.
fantastic. Oh my gosh.
Right, and then we'll come back and make a low pass on the runway. So we're going to fly over that direction a little bit. Then we're going to turn around as we get out there and lower and make a pass. Okay, level off. There we go. And our altitude is at 900 feet now. Okay, we're going to go a little further, and then I'm going to show you a power off descent that I would make down if I was trying to get, if I was in a hilly area and needed to drop down to that runway. I would do something more like this. I take the power all the way out, let the nose drop, drop the wing, and just let the little airplane do it for me. We're just going to rock down through and go through that same opening in the power lines and make a pass. And wave at your friend and see it in the hangar. Now, as we see, we haven't overspeeded. See, we're only doing 80. I'm going to bring power back in a little bit. That'll get us flying. This is perfect. We're just going to fly down this runway nice and low. See if they're paying attention or they're out in the mule. Oh, they weren't paying attention. Hi. There they are. We got a wave. And now I'm going to pull up and I'm going to land on that long runway, but going to the south.
Okay.
And I don't have to get very high. As long as I got my power in, so I'm maintaining altitude in the turn. Because when you turn an airplane, the wings are no longer fighting directly gravity. They're helping turn the airplane. So it needs either a little more power to stay the same altitude.
Right.
Now you see the runway coming up for us? Right on the other side of the fence. There it is. And we're going to line up. We'll drop down over the fence, and I'll do what's called a wheel landing here, where we let the airplane roll on the wheels. I can do a full stall landing where I pull the stick back and let the airplane settle on, but the visibility is really poor when you do that, so I prefer a wheel landing where I just let the wheels touch, and then I give a little forward stick to keep the tail up, and let the energy dissipate, just rolling. I don't use brakes, and then when it's gone, the tail goes down, and I pull the stick back, hold the tail down. And I kept it straight with that rudder, just working that rudder left and right. And that was a tail wheel landing.